did not foresee my using the health center quite as early as I did, but boy, was I glad it was there. I think that moving to Kendal saved my life. I don't think it is an exaggeration to say that. Because if I had not been living at Kendal, I would have most probably ignored the symptoms until I had had a massive coronary. If I survived that coronary, I do not know, but I do know that I would not be the person that I am sitting here now. And therefore, I am extremely grateful to be living at Kendal. I have lived at Kendal at Hanover for 3 years. I had been noticing that when I was doing vigorous aerobic exercise, I'd get a jaw ache. Not a pain, just an ache. And living here, I said, well, why don't I go to the clinic? And they'll tell me, oh, it's nothing, or I should see somebody. And they suggested that I see Dr. Dacey at the clinic. So I did, and Dr. Dacey gave me an EKG in her office, and it was fine. It was just like the EKG I had in 2006. But she said, the only way to rule out a heart problem is to have a stress test, which I promptly failed. And then they gave me an echocardiogram, and then they gave me an echocardiogram with dye, and they said, yes, you have 5 blockages in your arteries. And the worst one is 95% occluded. Well, so this was a Friday. It wasn't until Wednesday when I had open heart surgery, and they repaired all 5 of I got 5 bypasses, and I stayed at the hospital for another 6 days, and then I came back to Kendal, which was lovely, because I went directly into the health center, and I stayed in the health center for 3 weeks. And it was absolutely marvelous, because my husband was in the apartment, and he could come down and see me, but he didn't have to take care of me. And I needed a lot of tender, loving care, especially in the first couple of weeks. And the nurses and the nurses' aides and everybody was wonderful. And then having the physical therapy on premises was wonderful also. It was really, really wonderful. I cannot say enough good things about the treatment and the peace of mind, both for myself and my husband. He was very happy that I was well taken care of and that he didn't have to, because he's the first one to admit that he's not a very good nurse. And I needed a lot of care, and I was very happy to have it. Being able just to take a few steps down on my way home and say, well, what do you guys think? Since I was ready to blow at any time, basically, waiting would have been fatal. If I had not had the clinic here, I would probably not be speaking to you right now. The one thing that I would recommend to someone considering Kendal at Hanover is plan. That is it in a nutshell. And when I say plan, it says it's plan not only your physical surroundings, where you're going to be, but plan your timing. Get on the list. Fill out your papers. It's the cheapest insurance policy you will ever have, which is what I tell all my friends. Just because you fill out all your papers and send in your deposit does not mean you're obligated to come. You can change your mind. But if you don't do it early, then you're going to find yourself scrambling, and settling and doing all the kind of things at the worst possible time for you. So plan.